Hello, friends. My name is Balram Prasad, and I'm working with Microsoft USA. And I was learning about accessibility, and I'm going to talk about accessibility today and how why we should learn this one and how we can implement this accessibility techniques into our software development. And it is very important topic, and most of the time I have seen that we ignore this topic while we are developing software. We do not think about this one. So we must think about inclusiveness. Everyone in the world are different, right? Every individual has different needs in this world. Some people may not be able to uh, listen properly. Some people may have differently abled people can, right? Some people may be sensitive, some people have different needs. I will give you an example. I was working in Diebold Systems, which is the world second largest ATM manufacturer of company, and I was in developing ATM softwares which runs on ATM machine. So that time I was pretty new to accessibility thing. So if you have went to ATM machine and if you have seen that there are screen keyboard, right? And on the screen also you can use your touch screen. Also you have a pin pad where you can put your inputs. Also if you have noticed somewhere, then it gives that audio that what you are pressing, right? And one more thing, if you have noticed that there will be somewhere audio headphone plug. So if you want to listen that one, you are not able to see, then you can plug that audio and then you can work on ATM. So why that so many features are built into ATM machine, right? We have to think about that person who are using ATM machines. We don't know, we are targeted to build for every individual that machine, right? So we don't know which kind of people will come, what are their needs, what they have. Maybe some people will be differently abled, right? Some people might be visually impaired, they have some vision issue. Some people might be hard of hearing, so they might have some hearing issue, right? Some people might have cognitive disabilities, right? Some people might have physically disabled, right, or emotionally disabled. There are a lot of things happens, right? So how you are going to cater or how you are going to build a system, either hardware or software, which is going to help every individual person, right? So that way your mindset has to change while in software development also. I will give you another example. When I came to USA, I was looking into some briefing of government official here, and I was able to find in most of the briefing and most of the meeting that people were speaking, but there was an interpreter also. I don't know, my interpreter, and there was differently able person was attending meeting or not, but there was an interpreter so that they were not taking bias that nobody is attending that meeting, right? That meeting was closed meetings, but still they have thought about that one, so that you should not be biased about that one. And I am also learning about this one, so I might pronounce or I might take different names which might not be correct, and I am really apologizing for that one. But yeah, that is what I am learning, and I will encourage everyone to learn about this one. The another example I have seen that when I came to USA and attended our joining meetings here, and the very first meetings, I saw that in my batch of joining here, uh, in individual people were having some special needs, and there was interpreter present for that one, for one people. Can you believe that one? For one people we think like that one. If there is no people also in briefings, we think that how we can be inclusive, how we can think about every individual person and individual needs, right? So the same thing applies into software development also. Either you are building a web application or either you are building a mobile application, you have to think about about your consumer. It might be some people who has some special needs, right? Who might be especially abled people. So how you are going to build that one? There are some common techniques you can use. If you are building some, putting in some videos on your web pages, that video has a good coloring scheme, or might be that video has a good caption, text caption. It helps really. And also, if you see that there are a lot of guidelines comes that how your office should be inclusive for people, for your colleague, how you should be behave into meetings. When you go and take meetings, you attend meetings, and you don't know, sometimes it happens that you can't see that some people has some problem, or some people has differently need. So don't assume anything, it creates a bias. If you assume that one looking by physical appearance, then it might be wrong. So never assume that kind of thing. Similar to when you go and build that web application, if you are using some labels or some text, do you have alternate way? Have you put some sound? If somebody is not able to look into that software or web application you are trying to build, are they able to hear at least, right? If they are how you are your web application is behaving on the keyboard. Some people does not like to use mouse, right? Or some your application is now a device, so many applications are built for so many different hosts, right? People might be using from their smartphone, people might be using from tabs, people might be using from laptops, people might be, some application might be used on the smart devices or TVs, right? So how you are thinking that how is people can interact without a mouse? Can that your application support without keyboard? Or how people can only work with mouse? So these things you have to think. If you are using some images, you should use some alternate text. If people is not able to see, or somebody has a visual problem with colors, right? Some people does not like different colors or doesn't understand that one. So how they can read the alternate text and figure out what you are trying to see? Nowadays, like, there are a lot of tools to check that one. If you're typing in email also, you should keep in habit to check this one. If you are typing and you are sending someone who you does not know, maybe wider audience, right? You should check that emails also. And if you have noticed that when in operating system there are such tools like screen reader, right? Text to speech, right? Speech to text. Why these tools are built? There is a reason for that one, and this is the reason that we want to build a software and application which must cater to everyone's needs, right? We cannot be just building a software or application for some people. Even we know that our target audience is not that one, but still we have to make a inclusive, so build an inclusive software. And that we should not bias about anything, your requirement or anything. So there are a lot of tools. Let's go and I will share some of the tools and some of the website where you can go and find more information about that one, and how you can check your application or test your application against the accessibility standards. So if you see my screen, you can go in Microsoft site also, and Microsoft is very much committed to towards accessibility. One of the core thing we do while doing developing application, that each and every application should be accessible, and there are different grading for that one, that which grading you are coming, and there is a basic grading over there that you should have this one before going to production. So you need to take care about that one also. And why it is needed, as I told, that there might be some people who has a vision issue, hearing, or some neurodiversity issues, learning issues, mobility issue, there might be some mental health issue. So you have to think about all these things. You can go and see that this Microsoft site, you can type accessibility and you can find that one. Apart from that one, if you go to w3org website, they have also a good chapter and good place, you can find all these details. Here you, if you see also the same thing is there, that alternate text for image you should use. If you are building an web application, you should think about keyboard input, right? You should think about transcript for audio, right? And there are accessibility principles, there are checklist, there are tips for that one. You can go and see. If you are building something, then you must see this one. There is another place where you can go and see, as I told, that you might be building a web application, might be building mobile application or different kind of application, but you have to see that how this other things like speech and visual and cognitive you are supporting on that one. So people might be using mobile phones, smartwatches. I told you that different abilities and temporary disabilities might be there. So you have to think about that one. And it is very much important for individual, business, and society. We have to think about that one, that it is the one of the important, but most of the time when we go, we write code, we put CI/CD in place, and we say that all good, we have developed the software. But that is not the case, right? You have to think about this important aspect of software development also. So that you can go. And there is one more good site, accessibility inside.io, where you can go and see that when there are tools they have provided, and there are guidelines that is there for Android. If you are building some publication for Android, if you are building something for web application or Windows desktop application, you can go and find that one. What are the different helpers over there? You can find that visual helper which quickly finds that what is the issue with your application, which is still till now you have built that one, and it can give suggestion also. You can run the test cases, there are fast pass component which can be installed into your browser, and you can run that one if you are building some web application. So, and if, yeah, this is the fast pass, that when you can go and install as a plugin into your browser, and you can run that assessment to your web application and see that what problems are there present into where your web application, if you have built that one, and how to fix that one, right? That also you can go and see that one. And also, what is the accessibility standard, right? What the standards are there for web, Windows application or Android application. You can go and read all these details. There are a lot of details, and there are a lot of tools has been built by open source community to help on this one. For us, for as a developer, we might need to go and take help of that one. You can find some different tools. There are a lot of tools, and you can go and find into that one of the tools is web also. The other one from fact pass, that tool is also there. So you can go and find all about accessibility, right? All about accessibility you can learn. And Google is also came with a Google Lighthouse, which you can run against any of that your web application. And it is also a Chrome DevOps tools, where you can go and find that one. It helps on the speed part also, performance, but it helps also as accessibility. So you can go and find that tools and run that one. If you see my screen, it says that how you are on the accessibility. You can generate that one, and it gives that indication that your application is accessible 100% or whatever percent is that one. So be inclusive, learn, respect other people, don't bias for anything. And that is what I wanted to talk about you, and this is very much important topic. people generally will go and write code and build CI/CD and deploy that one. That is not how everything works, right? We should be mindful about everything, and this is one of the core thing when we develop that one. So I guess it will help you, or it should help you. Just post any comment if you want to learn about any more thing. And I am right now putting other aspect of software development videos, and I guess it is very helpful, or it will be helpful. Let's see. I'm all about learning. You also learn. Thank you very much.